He was just 16, with dreams of college basketball, but one false arrest almost destroyed everything. A 16-year-old black teen, walking home from basketball practice, backpack over his shoulder, sneakers squeaking from the rain-soaked pavement. His name was Jamal Harris. A quiet, respectful kid, loved by his community, and dreaming of making it to college. But on this particular night, Jamal's life would take a turn he never imagined. The flashing red and blue lights cut through the darkness. A police cruiser pulled up beside Jamal. The window slid down and a white officer, known in town for his short temper, barked, "Hey you. Stop right there." Jamal froze, confused, his heart pounding. He hadn't done anything wrong. But within minutes, what should have been a simple walk home became a nightmare. The officer jumped out, hand already on his holster. "Where are you coming from? What's in the bag?" Jamal tried to explain. He was just coming from school, from basketball practice. He even offered to show his ID, but the officer wasn't listening. Instead, he shoved Jamal against the cruiser, cuffed his wrists, and accused him of fitting the description. The charge was suspicion of burglary. No evidence. No witnesses. Nothing but a vague claim that a young black male had been seen near a break-in earlier that evening. Jamal's cries echoed in the night. "Please, sir. Call my coach. Call my mom." I didn't do anything, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. The officer smirked. For him, this wasn't about justice. It was about power. News of Jamal's arrest spread quickly. His mother, a nurse working a late shift, rushed to the station, only to be met with cold stares and dismissive remarks. He broke the law, one officer told her, but she knew her son. Jamal didn't even have a history of detention at school, let alone crime. Her voice broke as she begged, "Please, please let me see my boy." Inside, Jamal sat alone in a holding cell. Terrified, wondering if his dreams of college ball, of escaping the struggles of his neighborhood, had just ended before they even began. Days later, Jamal was brought before a judge. The courtroom was packed. On one side, his family, friends, and community members. On the other, officers in uniform, standing tall, waiting for another conviction. The prosecutor painted Jamal as a suspicious youth, who likely matched the burglar's profile. They showed no hard evidence, no fingerprints, no stolen property, just assumptions. And for a moment, it seemed like Jamal's fate was sealed. But then, a voice interrupted. "Your Honor," said a woman standing in the back of the courtroom. It was Ms. Carter, Jamal's history teacher. She stepped forward, holding a USB drive in her trembling hands. "I think the court should see this." The judge frowned. The prosecutor protested. But the judge allowed it. The lights dimmed. The projector flickered on. And suddenly, the courtroom was silent. On the screen was security footage, grainy but clear enough. It showed Jamal, not at the scene of the burglary, but inside the school gym at the exact time of the crime. He was on the basketball court, practicing free throws, surrounded by teammates. The timestamp proved it beyond a doubt. Gasps echoed through the courtroom. Jamal's mother burst into tears. The officer who arrested him shifted uncomfortably in his seat. The defense attorney spoke firmly. "Your Honor, this young man was targeted, arrested, and humiliated with no cause, simply because of the color of his skin." The judge slammed the gavel. "Case dismissed. Jamal Harris is free to go." The courtroom erupted, some in tears, others in anger. Jamal walked out, his head held high, though his eyes revealed the scars of what he had endured. His teacher hugged him tightly. His mother clutched his hand, whispering, "They tried to take you from me, but God had other plans." But the story didn't end there. The footage sparked outrage across the community. Demands rose for the officer's suspension, for reform in the department, for justice not just for Jamal, but for every kid who had been targeted unfairly. And while Jamal returned to his team, to his dreams of college basketball, one truth remained: a system that almost broke him would not be forgotten. This wasn't just a story about one teenager. It was about a reality faced by many, where bias, prejudice, and power can destroy lives in a heartbeat. But it was also a story of courage, of community, and of truth that refused to stay buried. Because sometimes, justice only comes when someone brave enough steps forward. So the question is, how many other Jamals are out there, waiting for their story to be heard?